Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I am going to do the second video today relating to paper dyeing, and today I'll be working with the Infusions product, and I have several colors that we can play with. And if you buy this product, I have seen a few different suggestions online about how to use this product and how to set it up to use it. So this is a powder in this little bottles, cute little bottles. I like these. And some people take this, there's a little foam piece in the top of the cap, and you take this out, and some people take their sharp like bookbinder tool and take it to the top of this really thin aluminum top of the cap and poke through and screw it back on and just sprinkle the powder on that way. However, and then to keep the powder from coming out when you're not using it, they put a piece of tape over the top. And I saw another suggestion that I think I like better, although it's a little more tedious to do, is you actually use the foam insert and you take your scissors and you put little slits all the way around the outside. You can kind of see the circle where the powder kind of makes its mark from when it's just, you know, in the store or in your supply, wherever you store your product. And then you just snip up to the white part, up to where the powder is kind of accumulated, and you do a little snip about, I'd say every, I don't know, 1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch, something like that. And then you take your bookbinder tool and you poke a hole in this, and I'm going to put mine all the way through so I get a nice sized hole. And then instead of using this, I'm going to use my die pokey tool, for lack of a better thing to call it, and put this in here because it'll only go this far. And so you just put this down in here, and you got to be really careful because it'll go right through and then it'll go inside your jar, and you don't want that. Oh, I did it right the first time. And so see, you put it down in there and you've got your hole, and then you sprinkle that on and you keep your aluminum cap intact. So that I'm going to do this to the other couple, and then we're going to work with these colors. We have Emerald Isle, Royal Blood, Slime, and a bit Jaded. And then we're going to work on some watercolor paper and see how it comes out. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, so I have poked my holes into the foam tops of 4 of the different Illusions colors, and I'm going to go ahead and use my same glass pan that I used in my last video, just because you do need to spray some water, and I don't know, I thought I'd try to keep my mat clean. So basically how this product works, and I'm going to start with Emerald Isle, and you just sprinkle. I don't even know if you can barely even see how I'm sprinkling. Let me move that. My phone tends to want to move. Sorry about that. I don't even know if you can see that little bit of sprinkle at the top there. Yeah, you can see a little bit of it. Okay, so Emerald Isle, and then I'm going to go with a bit Jaded. And I'm just kind of sprinkling this on a random, I'm going to do like stripes. So the thing about this powder is it has a few different colors. What makes it unique is it has different colors of powder, or different colors of granules, I guess you would say, inside the jar. And speaking of which, I probably should have shaken this up to begin with to get those different colors blended in better. So let's see. And then the last one is called Royal Blood, and I am going to shake this one just to kind of get that. So maybe you'll be able to see this. I hope you'll be able to see this when I spray the water as to all the colors that come out. Okay, let's see. That's a little bit thin where I did this one's called Slime. I'm going to sprinkle a little more of that. And you really don't need much. This is definitely a product where a little goes a long way. All right, so are you ready for the magic to happen? We have our spray bottle, and I'm just gonna start spraying. So you can see, and I'm starting to see some turquoise, some green, even a little bit of yellow, some dark blue. The other thing about this product is every single color has some walnut stain in it. And so when you use a little bit of water, the brighter colors come out. If you use more water, it activates, or I think the longer it sits wet, it activates the walnut color, which gives it more of a grungy look. So basically, if you want to get the brightness, then just use a little bit of water and then try to dry it with your heating tool immediately, and or as fast as you can. And I'm, as you know, if you've seen my other videos, I am kind of a grungy girl, so I like the grunge, so that's why I'm letting it sit a little while. And the other thing you can do is and let's see here, I'm going to get a paper towel, and I'm going to just dab a little of this off with the paper towel. The other thing you can do is you can get kind of if you've seen I've seen Tim Holtz do this with his dyes. You just take another sheet of paper, put it over it, and get that to absorb that paper so that you're not wasting the ink. Okay. And then you have this. That's kind of cool. I like that. That's fun. And then let's see, I'm going to go ahead. There's a lot here, up here, that looks extra. Let that absorb for just a little bit. Yeah, pretty, very pretty. I'm loving this color. I'm loving this turquoise. This is probably my favorite color right here. This turquoise and the green up here. It's beautiful. All right, now I'm gonna try some different colors. Let's put this to the side and let it dry. I'm not going to use my heat tool on that one just yet. I'll experiment with the heat tool later on and see if I can't get it to just do the bright colors and try to dry it really fast. But I already opened a couple of other bottles, and this is the Frankly Scarlet color. And I'm gonna sprinkle that right down the center. Kind of cakes up on, you have to kind of put it down and then sprinkle it. Okay, and then this next one is Limoncello. It is kind of a yellowish, I suppose. Oop, a little bit much there. Okay, you're gonna do that on the side of the other one. Yeah, this product likes to kind of cake up towards the side, toward the top when you sprinkle it. So it's good if you can, you know, when you sprinkle it. Let me show you. Now this is the terracotta. I'm going to put this on the ends. Okay, now it's starting to cake, so I'm just going to take it to the side and tap it, and then turn it back over and sprinkle some more. Okay. Now again with the water. I like that red in the middle. I like the limoncello too. It's got that bright yellow, but then it's got, I can already see the dark walnut starting to activate. And I do think I like it with more water. So I'm going to go ahead and spray some more water. Yeah, I like that. I like how it kind of smears together like that. Now I'm going to try the heat tool. Actually, no. Instead of trying the heat tool just yet, I'm going to do the same thing I did with the other, and I'm going to put another piece of paper down on top of it, and we're going to see if we can get the top paper to absorb some of the excess. So yeah, see this wanting to come out. I'm going to take this paper towel and I'm going to just do this. And ooh, that's pretty. Look how this came out. Gorgeous. Now that's a little, well, it's a lot extra. So I'm gonna just splotch this up a little bit here. There, that's better. All right, now I'm gonna see the heat tool and what it looks like with the heat tool. It's funny how those, it's like there's a lot of just splotches of the brown in there. It's not fluming out like the other one. Now this is one, apparently I see the paper curling up a bit as it's drying. Well, there is some on the back side that's not getting dried because I'm using this glass plate which obviously you don't have to do. And if you don't like, I mean, you can bend the paper. As Tim Holtz says, paper doesn't have a memory, so you can fold this back to try to get it straight. And I've heard a lot of people in when situations where the paper folds up like this, you can actually iron your paper if you want it flat. But look at these colors. This is great. I'm liking this red and yellow, and the terracotta is slightly more orange than the scarlet. Well, actually it looks brighter here than it does up here. It looks like a more orange, darker orange up here, but that limoncello is fantastic. I'm really liking that. Excellent. Okay, let's I'm going to open some more bottles and we're going to try some more colors. I'll be right back. Okay, I've decided just to do this on my regular mat rather than use the Pyrex dish, and I've opened 4 more colors. I don't know why I'm doing 4 at a time. It just I don't know, good round number. This next color is called Green Man. I really love the peacock colors, the green and blue and purple, so I kind of got those out this time. Okay, the next one is the blue called In the Navy, but I don't know if the color on the bottle is supposed to be close to the color that it comes out to. It doesn't look very navy. It looks more like a royal blue, but I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, the next color, and I'm excited about this color because I'm a purple fan, and this is called Violet Storm. So we'll see what this purple looks like. Okay, and the last color is another green, and it's called the Sage. I'll put this down here. All right, and now to add the color, the water. Oh, that purple is really pretty. It's kind of dark. And yeah, that navy is a dark blue. I'm really liking this in the Sage. It looks like it's got some turquoise in it. And I'm wondering if I should spray some more water. I really want to. I'm really enjoying this technique. Ooh, yeah, those are like super dark. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this technique of putting the other piece of paper on top of this one. And I'm just going to flip this over. Pretty. Wow, very nice. I like this. Ooh, that one's kind of running off the side there. Let me... God, that's making it black. Yeah, let me get some paper towels. That's a little too grungy for me, I think. I like that it comes off though. I mean, it, you know, like if I'm using the Tim Holtz inks, often when it stays grungy on the side or like really dark, you can't really blot it off, or that's not been my experience of it anyways. So that you can blot this like this and it gets really a lot lighter and it returns the blue color. You're not left with like a brown or a black, that you can kind of start to see the blue and the green again. That's kind of fun. And let's see, I think I'm going to run the heat tool again just to see what that color comes out to be once it's dry. Dries so fast with this heat tool. You see how it goes back down? Okay, see, I'm really liking this, how it dries like this. And even see this one, I didn't splotch off, but it's still drying a lot lighter than what it looked like when it was wet, which, I mean, I guess that's kind of typical, isn't it? Let's see, I am going to, just for the sake of making this a bit easier, I'm going to splotch off this. Let's see, I do like that using the water. See how that color's a little different? That is more black, and then when I dried it off with the paper towel, the blue came back again. It got lighter. Good to know. Note to self. Okay, so we see what we have here. I'm really liking this purple. You can see the little flecks of pink within the purple. You can see the grungy bit where it all mixed together, and then I splotched it off, or dried it off, and looks like that navy came back, that darker blue. And in this green, it looks like there was some yellow. I see some yellow dots and some turquoise. So this is really pretty. And again, you see those dots, those walnut dots coming back, and same here. Yeah, I like how this came out. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. Okay, I'm going to try the next colors, and I'm going to try some different papers rather than just the watercolor. Okay, the next colors are Rusty Car, Sunset Beach, Golden Sands, and Orange County. And I am doing a thicker printer paper. This is not your typical like 20 or 24 pound paper. This is the 32 pound copy paper or printer paper. So we'll see if this handles the water that needs to make this happen. All right, this is the Rusty Car. This is the Sunset Beach. think I might have made my hole a little bit too small in this one. It's kind of gumming up on me, or caking up on me rather. Okay, so this one, we'll try the Golden Sands next. Oh, that helps if you pat it on the bottom like that. Let's see, I'm going to do another stripe of this over here. And then the last one, we'll do the Orange County. Woo! A lot of that came out. Okay, I'm gonna move these to the side, get my water. I'm gonna go kind of light at first, and then do a little bit darker. Ooh, that's pretty. Ooh, that Orange County is gorgeous. The Golden Sands is a lot like the limoncello, however you say that, limoncello. I know there's a cake called limoncello, and I don't even know if I'm still saying it right. But should I leave it like that, or should I spray some more? You know I just have to spray some more. But before I do that, I just want to see the different colors in each. In the Golden Sands, there is some orange. In the, was this the Rusty Car? There is actually some pink in that one, which is surprising. And in the, what other one was that? Sunset Beach. This was the Sunset Beach, and there's quite a lot of pink in that one. So let's see here. Gosh, I really like the Orange County. That's a very vivid orange. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do the more water. And I'm gonna take paper, put it on the top. Not quite as wet as the other one. Still cool looking though. Let me see if I can get up some more of this on the glass mat. That orange color is just so pretty. I hate to waste it. Okay, heat tool again. Let's see how this dries. Pick it up off the glass mat so it dries faster. Wow, even though I used more water on this one, it still kept those distinctive colors quite nicely. I'm still seeing the orange flecks and the pink flecks. Really pretty. I like this one. Not quite all the way dry, but this one, this paper is so much thinner so it soaks through on the other side. But it still holds up quite well, considering it's just copy paper, even though it is the thicker copy paper. Okay, I'm seeing some more yellow up here. I want to pick up this yellow. And what also would be fun later on, if you don't like these, if you have some white spots left over that you don't really care for, you can always get your your distress inks and blend in some other color to get rid of that white. So I'm going to put this down. Gosh, I really do like this one. This one's kind of cool. This one's super cool looking. I like this one a lot. Okay, now let's go for the next colors. Okay, so we're getting down to the last few batches of colors. We have another kind of pink one, pink magenta looking one. I'm gonna just sprinkle this on here on the corner. See, I think it does help to do it kind of like you would like a spice jar or something. Okay, next one is black currant, like a purple one, like a darker purple one it looks like. Well, that one's not even coming out with the tapping it on the bottom. Here we go. Yeah, maybe I need to put like two holes in some of these. All right, and this one kind of looks like very similar to this other one. Maybe like a little bit more purple in this one, and they're calling it magenta. So let's see what this one comes out to be. And as I'm looking at the ones we've already done, I kind of think I like the ones using more water than less. Okay, wow, look at that vibrant pink. That's very pretty. Now see, yeah, that black currant is not that much darker. This to me all looks like about one same color. Just gonna go ahead and put a lot more water on there. And I'm gonna, I see some of the dark purple coming out in this one. And again, I kind of like what we were doing before, just trying not to waste the color. Very pretty. Put these over here to dry. And I think there's a ton of ink on the top. I think I'm gonna see if I can get that up. With some paper. Not sure that it'll come out as pretty as the ones that had the powder directly on it. Well, I don't know, that's kind of nice. That's kind of cool. We'll let that dry and see how it comes out. And put this one down to let it dry. You can see again, those walnut crystal ones that take a while to start getting their color out there. Let's see, I'll put these over here and wipe some up so we can, I think we're gonna do like 2 more bundles of colors and then go back and I'll show you what it looks like with them all dry. So again, we have some more green. We have one called Olive Tree. And another blue called Slate Blue. And I'm curious about one that's just black. It's called Black Night. And I'm curious to see if it is actually just black or if it has the walnut stain in it as well. I'm just curious about these things. All right, here's definitely the black. The Olive Tree is up here, and it's definitely more of an olive color green, and I'm not even seeing the blue. I'm seeing a teeny bit of like a grayish blue through here. Yeah, now that we're pulling that off, I'm seeing some more blue. You know what? I'm going to leave that because it's kind of making some cool little designs. So I don't want to mess with that right now. I'm just going to leave it dry the way it is. Or try to. I think we're going to try one more. Well, there's two more colors left that I want to try. This one looks like it might be really interesting. It's called Rocky Road, but the label has like a brown and it looks like a blue and a pink and a red, yellow, and all kind of mixed together. So I don't know if that's exactly what it is, but I want to find out. Okay, I'm seeing some yellow, and I am seeing some blue, and I am seeing some pink. So, yeah, that seems like the label is pretty accurate. Seems like there is a heck of a lot of walnut in there, though, too. Lay this down to dry. Lay this down to dry. And there's one more that I'm just curious about. I mean, we've seen it throughout the whole thing here, but they do have one container that is called Just Walnut, which I'm assuming is just the walnut crystals that we've been seeing scattered throughout every one of the colors we've tried so far. So just out of curiosity, and it just so happens I have one more page of this watercolor left, so I'm going to try that as an experiment. I'm just going to put a little bit right in the center there. And yeah, looks like it's just walnut. Go figure. Alright, well, we've tried every color, so I'm going to go ahead and just let these all dry, and I'll come back and show you all the dried versions. Okay, so the papers have dried, and I just wanted to show you what we came up with. This was the last one that was just, we were just experimenting with the Just Walnut bottle, and it had just the walnut stain in it. So it has just the brown, and I'm wondering if it had like a faster acting brown and then one of the longer acting crystals in there, because it looks like, you know, these ones were faster acting and then these darker ones in the center kind of came out after a while. So anyway, just I guess fodder for future experimentations. And this next one is one of my favorites of these. I don't know if you can see all of the different colors going through this. It's got green and yellow and blue and brown, and it looks like even black. It looks like there's even some orange and some pink in there. Some pink right here, and I see some orange over here. And this is the one that I don't think I laid anything on top of. I just let it sit. so it just kind of did what it did all on its own. And then I did go back and use a heating tool to dry it after a little while. But I just really like this effect. It almost looks like an Aurora Borealis kind of thing. So that's pretty. And then this is the similar color, so it made me think maybe we did swipe this one, but not as thoroughly as we did some of the others, because we have some of the same colors going through this, maybe a little more blue down here, but this is so pretty. I love this. And then this is more like a rusty orange color with some of the walnut stain through it, a little bit of yellow, a little bit of blue maybe, a teeny bit of pink in there. Gosh, even looks like up here there's a little bit of green. So it's just, these colors are fantastic. And this is definitely one where this was when we did the 2 pinks and the purple, and I put a sheet over it and kind of rubbed it around, so it didn't get a lot of the effects like we see in ones like this where you have the different batches of color. But it does have like darker purple right here, and it has the lighter pink and darker pink, so that's, even though that's more plain, I still think that's pretty. And again, very similar. And as this dried, the paper did kind of curl up, but again, I think I mentioned before that paper has no memory, so all you do is just kind of bend it back in the opposite direction. You can iron it if you want to. If you don't want to iron, you can always put it under some heavy books and let it completely dry that way, and it'll just dry flat. Or put it within like an old book or something, and close it, and then it'll dry where it's not curved. And here's 2 of the pinks, 2 more of the pinks that we put one on top of the other, and almost looks like it's like 2 of the exact same thing, because it has the colors in the same places. So that's really pretty. Another one of my favorites with the blues and the greens and the purples. Very pretty. And see, in things like this, even the little white splotches don't bother me. And same here. Very pretty. And we had the pink, I think this was like the sunset color, and the orange and the yellow with the, you can see the walnut crystals activating or having activated here. And same here, this is another one, we put it on top of each other. It came out really pretty. And this is one of the ones that, and this is, the ones I've been showing you so far are watercolor paper. This was the one we tried that was just on the 32-pound paper, and so this is thinner, but it held up quite well. And again, with the it's kind of crinkly, so if you wanted to iron it to make it flatter, you could. And I can tell that this is one of the ones that we did not use as much water, because you have more of the speckledy bits here. This, I think this was like the rusty color, and then the yellow, and the more of a pinkish color. But this, I think this is still very pretty. I think maybe we tried to go on top for just a little bit. We didn't spread it out as much, but again, I still think this is pretty. It came out very pretty. And this is also one of my favorites. These colors are just fantastic. This blue with the almost looks like yellow. I think this was the olive green though. I can't remember exactly, but anyway, I like the green and the blue together. And I believe this was the black that was at the bottom, and that did dry a lot lighter than I thought it would. So, and then you can see the bits of blue that stayed and didn't get drowned out by the black, which is kind of nice. So I think this is really pretty, and this was the one we laid on top of it, and I think it's very pretty too. So that's it. That's what we've done so far in this session. And again, you know, it gives us some more fodder to play with in the future. I think this is a very great product. You can get some really cool effects from it in different ways than I've seen any other products that I've tried. So it's very unique in that way, and seems like it'll last forever. I think I would experiment a little bit more with the sprinkling technique of it. I would either maybe put more than one hole in the little foam piece, or perhaps people do it in the aluminum lid, put the hole in the aluminum lid because it works better that way. And I did think of something later on, that if you wanted to put the hole in the aluminum lid and not use tape on top of it, you could keep the little styrofoam insert, and then when you were done, block up the hole by putting the styrofoam insert back in, so that would block the product from coming out of the top. So anyway, just another idea. So I think that's it, and thank you for joining me, and please like and subscribe. And this is number 2 of, I think, about a 10 series. I had originally planned for it to be a 10 series, and then I'm coming up with like 2 or 3 more ways to paper dye. So who knows, by the time this gets at the end of the day, who knows how many episodes this is going to be. But so far, right now, the way I have it is a 10 series, 10 episode series on dyeing paper dyeing, different products, different methods. And so again, join me for the future one. I'll try to have one out at least once a week, probably more than that. But again, like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. Please comment. Have you used this product before? I'm just curious if you have. Have you found any other techniques of using this product that you've liked? And just let me know in the comments. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Bye.